Hey, this is Michael, NCY Store. If you've watched my earlier video, I actually charged a Shorai charger. This is a shout out to Anthony Meyer, who helped me out. He had the same setup. And what it is I know it seems so easy just to go ahead and take this one big prong out. And it looks like it's just plugged in there. So you'll just have this prong directly in here, right? Because it fits just the same. And then you'll plug this directly to your battery. That is correct. This does plug into your battery, but we were wondering what this little other piece was. And thanks to Anthony Meyer, he actually read the instruction. It won't properly charge a 12-volt battery unless, let me go and pull this out, unless you first join it. So what you need to do is actually join it first, and this is to the 12-volt charger. So you can see here the connection is still the same. So I'm going to take this to the charger. See if I can do it here. Oh, there it goes. This little dash indicates which arrow it is going to. So you definitely want to make sure that you actually put this joining connecting, which I avoided. And that's why my battery wasn't charging and why it wasn't cranking the scooter, because it didn't have enough power. And when I was cranking my scooter, it was falling between less than 12 volts and 8 volts. And that's right there is an indicator that the battery is not properly giving enough charge to the power starter. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and plug this in correctly. Let's see if I can make sure I can do it here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and charge our scooter. You can see where my battery's hooked up to the terminal. So this is actually the correct way. You're supposed to join it with the connector right here. So you can see here, all in one piece here. This is how it's supposed to be joined. This connector needs to be in between. You can't just take this straight to the battery and this to the 12-volt port size. Even though this one you can actually take it to... I think the other way around, you would flip it, it would go to the 6-volt one. But you don't want to do that. This one goes to the battery, and make sure you join it with the connector. Okay, so this is it. We're going to go ahead and charge our battery properly now, and it should give us a crank. It just had enough crank to turn on the lights and displays for us. And we also troubleshoot the light too. We just found out it was a bad bulb. So here we go. We're going to put it into our AC outlet here. Get it all nice and snug. There we go. Has a little hanger there too, so we can hang it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to charge again our battery. You can see here, here's our battery right here. And I'm just gonna hang this somewhere convenient here. Just gonna hang it right there. I think it has enough length. Oh no, it doesn't. Okay, so I'll probably have to bring it in more closer. Okay, but we'll definitely need to get our outlet here. Have to get a little outlet. So I'm plugging this outlet right here. Give it a little extension there to where we need it for heavy duty outlet. Okay, so let's see if it reaches now. Barely reaches it, but we can still make it. Okay, so we're gonna go and plug this into our outlet. There we go. Now our charger is indicating it. So now what we could do is, trick to this one is you tap this right here, and you can see it bulge out the other end, and you can just open the other end right there. Okay, and I'll tilt it in a little bit like this so you can see it. I have it already hooked up to the cable wire, so I don't want to mess with it. You can see here, there's the indents that's sitting on top. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the indent on top. So we're going to find our charger here, and there's our indent on top. So we're going to poke it in here, and there we go. All right, now again, before what we did was we hooked this directly from the black lid all the way here, and this black lid directly to the charger base. So now it's a line in between to have it properly charged. Okay, we're going to go and set it for charge. Here we go. It's flashing both lights. But what we're really wanting is the charge light to turn on by itself. Let me try to see if we can push it one more time. Okay. Flashing green light is charging in progress, so that's what we're waiting on. All right. So what happened was when I tried to crank my scooter, as you can see here, got my key in ignition. Everything works. Except for it won't turn over a scooter. You can see here when I put my key in here. You can see that my voltage is going up now. Before it was actually very low. And I can go ahead and put this onto the switch, hold the brakes, crank it. See that? It looks like it's about to turn over, but my voltage has to be at least around 12 volts in order for it to even have that much juice. So we'll leave it off, but at the same time, we can go ahead and check the bulbs here. The bulbs here, pretty much one of the front driving lights. You might want to get like a yellow or amber color. You can see here, this is more like a yellow color. We're going to change it out to some LED ones, which is really cool. So I got some LED ones at the auto parts store. Let's see here. There we go. Have it somewhere right here. And then the hose line, we still, if you look at it, all the lights work now. Our brake lights here. So when we hit the brake lights, let me see if I can show you from there. See that? It lights up. Signal lights work. Hit the right turn signal. Blinking. There we go. We got the turn right signal. So here we go. The turn signal is there already. All right. So the battery is really low, so we can't really. Yeah, it's really low, so it's not going to really give us that. But all the electrical stuff is wiring already. So yeah, it's right now the battery's being charged. So we'll leave it at that. We'll let it charge, do its thing. Okay, we'll test out any further. You can see here it's very low battery. It's like almost completely dead. But it's going to be enough juice here for us to test out our LED bulb. So let's go and put our LED bulb in there. These are the Sylvania brand LED bulbs. It's a good brand. All right, let's go ahead and take that old bulb out and put the new LED one in there. Hopefully you guys can see a difference in color. Okay, it's old bulb, so we can just touch it with our hands. We're not going to use it again. There we go. Pull it out. That's what it looks like. And you can see the connections in there already. We'll put some dielectric grease in there. Prepare it for the new bulbs to get in. And we put back our Beijing high torque starter motor. This is pretty much the original stock one. You can see here it's just a regular starter motor. And this actually was the gauge wire that came from the Beijing one. But it's okay, you can just use your original wire harness like I did here. Even though it's almost slightly a smaller gauge, you can't really tell the difference too much if I stack them side by side. You can see there. You can't really tell too much. You can probably feel it a little bit. You know, the Beijing one that comes with is a little bit thicker. So if you do want to decide to, if you can, you know, I mean, use the right harness and everything like that, you could tap into your harness again. But for me, it's just more convenient just to go and tap into my harness and just, you know, pretty much took out the Beijing one and put it with the stock one and I was done. So that's it right there. So we'll leave that for another time. And now we're going to go ahead and put some dielectric grease. And we're going to see how nice it is. This one is, there's certain ones, and make sure you read it because they all look the same. It'll say red or it'll say white. So this one's cool white right here. You can see on the top. So we're going to put that one in there and see how much better it is. So we'll turn this off. Give a chance for the battery to actually recuperate and charge. So here we go. Put some dielectric grease on here. Get this where we can see it. There we go. All right, it's turning a little bit. Take off the cap. So the dielectric grease is just really good stuff. It's used in all these connector parts to make sure there is moisture. At least your connector will be safeguarded. So just in case of emergency, you have that right there available. Take off the cap here. Okay, there we go. We're just gonna put a little dabble in each little terminal part. One there, squeeze that in there. Good, it's in there. Squeeze it over. Good. There we go. There's two little dabs in there. Now we're just gonna take one at a time. That way you can see the difference between the one with the LED and the other one with. All of these are not too sensitive. You can touch it, but I just don't recommend it. Just try to keep it clean as possible from any oil. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it in there. I'm gonna get my towel in case anyway, because I want to make sure to protect it. Okay, get a clean side here. All right, here we go. We're gonna go and put it in there. It's kind of hard to do with a towel, actually.